It's Wednesday, May 20th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, reaction to the death of Robert Irving continues to pour in. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And the Eagle Nest Project will speak with the president of the Port Moreton Wildlife Association about the Bruce and Suji Nest camera. That is in our second hour.
Plus, getting ready to garden. Crystal visits our partners at Kent to check out their garden center. All that and so much more just ahead on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Come on in, please. Join us. Settle in. We got a very busy show. Lots of great stuff happening. Very excited about the sunshine we've been receiving, at times anyway, and then that's why I guess you're dressed in sunny yellow today.
Inspired by Mother Nature.
Inspired by Mother Nature. We love this. I have really been enjoying the early arrival of summer.
Yes.
Oh. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that side. And one thing I've been noticing over the past few days, it's like a gift from the long weekend. The trees, the leaves on the trees.
The blossoms are popping.
Yes, it's so nice to see.
Oh my goodness, yeah, for sure. Okay, weather-wise, it is going to be, it feels, there's a mugginess in the air here in the Halifax area. I'm sensing this is going to be a warm day.
Yes, record-breaking daytime highs headed our way for the Maritime region. Temperatures in the 30s today.
Whoa.
Yes, things are heating up, so keep that in mind. We can't stress this enough. Sun safety, hydration is key if you're going to be outside enjoying that warmer weather. Here's a live look at Lunenburg starting off the day. Beautiful sunrise early this morning. As Crystal mentioned, we do have humidity factoring in as well today. So factoring in that humidex, going to feel a lot hotter than it is going to be for our daytime highs. As of right now, a bit cool to start for parts of the region. 13 degrees heading outdoors in Halifax. 6 early this morning in Sydney with 8 degrees in Charlottetown, 10 degrees in Fredericton, 0 in Labrador City, and 1 in St. John's, Newfoundland. So speaking of that sunshine, we're going to still talk about the UV index, now tracking very high for all 3 maritime provinces. Now, Newfoundland and Labrador taking a bit of a dip because we do have some active weather in the forecast. But we do have that heat warning still holding in place for parts of Nova Scotia. Will be ending a little bit later this evening, but temperatures could reach 32 degrees inland. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. We do have some active weather. Newfoundland and Labrador seeing rain and or snow today. And then for the Maritime region, a chance of some isolated showers starts off the day for northern New Brunswick. And we will be seeing a chance of showers into the afternoon for parts of New Brunswick as well. So here's a look at the current wind. Starting off quite light for all 3 maritime provinces. Will continue to pick up this afternoon. Will be a bit breezy. So we aren't going to see any wind gusts at this time, but getting up to 40 to 50 kilometers per hour this afternoon. We'll take a look at your sunny forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Robert K. Irving is being remembered for his passion for business, hockey, and philanthropy.
It's a great loss for the city. He was a giant, really. He was just a very generous citizen of the city of Moncton.
I know as a fact that the Irvings give a lot, but they also give a lot that we don't know about. And Robert was like that. He gave to Moncton in ways that we'll never know about.
A central figure in the Irving family business empire, Robert K. Irving was a key player in the forestry, trucking, and agriculture sectors. He was also the owner of the Moncton Wildcats and donated millions of dollars to the Moncton Hospital, as well as universities and foundations. Irving died at home Tuesday after a battle with cancer. He was 71 years old. Funeral arrangements will be announced at a later date. The body of a man who did not return from a canoe trip in southern New Brunswick has been found. The Canadian Coast Guard says it recovered the 68-year-old man's body from the St. John River yesterday. He was first reported missing and overdue on Monday night. His vehicle was found in Long Reach on the Kingston Peninsula, not far from where the man's body was recovered. Police did not share if the deceased was found in his boat or in the water, and they have not released his identity. There is a new setback for a proposed hydroelectricity deal between Newfoundland and Labrador and Quebec. An independent review found the deal is not in Newfoundland's best interest.
It is a cause that is of vital importance to this province and for all Newfoundlanders and Labradorians now and long into the future. A better deal is possible, The path in front of us will not be easy, but it is clear.
Members of the review committee did not appear in St. John's to take questions on their findings, despite having previously agreed to do so. The proposed deal, signed in 2024, would have rewritten the 1969 Churchill Falls contract that sent cheap power to Quebec and was not popular in Newfoundland and Labrador. A nationwide shortage of radiation technologists is being felt right across the region. Some women are having to wait more than a year for a mammogram.
It's not standard of care. It's unacceptable in my mind, especially someone that's presenting with a symptom.
We've learned recently that Nova Scotia Health, as an example, is short 14 of the required medical radiologists that deliver radiation care in cancer care.
The average wait time for a mammogram screening at Nova Scotia Health sites is 225 days. And at IWK sites, the average wait time is 469 days. And in Fredericton, Green Party leader David Kuhn says women are waiting an average of 165 days for a mammogram. It's an issue officials say that boils down to staffing shortages. The New Brunswick government is adding 4 new amphibious aircraft to its firefighting fleet after last year's forest fire season was one of the worst in decades.
It's another tool in the toolbox. The amphibious aircraft are really for adding as much water as you possibly can. They turn very, very quickly when you have a close water source.
We're able to refuel in essentially 30 seconds.
The 4 additions brings the province's fleet of wildfire fighting aircraft to 12. The process of getting the new Fireboss planes, which are in high demand, began about 2 years ago. The 6 full-time pilots who will fly them began their training last fall. The aircraft are part of a new contract with Forest Protection Limited, which is co-owned by the provincial government and several large forestry companies. Fans will have to pay more to watch Halifax's 2 professional soccer teams. The city is adding a $3 surcharge per ticket and a 5% surcharge to all alcoholic beverages sold at the Wanderers grounds. If a game is a sellout, that would bring in more than $22,000 for the city from ticket sales alone. Officials with both the Wanderers and Tides say they were surprised by the city's move, saying the surcharge was not initiated by either club.
We work really hard to try to keep our prices as low as we can. It's difficult when they are raised on you, but it is what it is. And, we'll just have to find ways to work through it and work around it for this season.
CTV News did not receive a response from City Hall regarding the new surcharges by airtime. Finally, just when you think robots can't do any more, a competition in eastern China is showing the world they can, and in a more human-like way. Yeah, that's them playing music. These guys displayed their music and also boxing talent at the 2026 Hangzhou International Humanoid Robot and Robotics Technology Exhibition. It's a long name in eastern China. But again, just becoming more and more advanced.
Here's the thing. They're coming closer, but they are not yet exactly like humans, which is probably a good thing. But even when, in fact, the more realistic they are, the creepier they are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they showed examples in some of that video of one acting as a server. I mean, that would sound nice for around the house. It'd be nice to have a robot like clean the house.
Well, these
That
robots
actually cleans.
don't be fooled. These robots can actually be dangerous. All right, listen.
Okay.
An American airline is putting robots on their no-fly list. Stewie, the humanoid, went viral over the weekend after it took a flight to Las Vegas on Southwest Airlines. The robot was a perfect passenger, made new friends along the flight. He was delightful. But the airline says that's the last time the robot gets to fly in the cabin. You know why?
Why?
It's nothing personal, but their lithium-ion batteries are a fire hazard.
Oh, okay.
That's the dangerous part.
Oh.
No, in all other ways, Stewie was just a treat.
I mean,
You wouldn't want to sit by Stewie.
absolutely not.
Yeah, I would rather not.
I'd sit by him. He wouldn't make very much noise. He wouldn't peek over and see what I'm viewing on my screen.
You never know.
I know.
He wouldn't get up and ask it for me to move so he can go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's true. You might want to be next to like a charging port or something.
Yeah.
He keeps hogging the charging port, so I can't plug in my phone. In any case, it's not going to be a problem because he's not allowed to fly anymore. So.
Oh, boo. All right. Still, we'll have your first look at your national and international news headlines on this Wednesday morning. And boy, it is going to get hot today. As Latavia mentioned, some record-breaking temperatures in the forecast. So buckle up. Here's a live look at Rotary Park just outside the Avenir Center in Moncton. Beautiful green grass there. The forecast is next.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:13. We're taking a live look at Fredericton on this Wednesday morning. 10 degrees to start off your day. We'll be seeing lots of sunshine. We do have a low chance of some showers moving in late this afternoon in your area. As of right now, it is 12 degrees in Halifax, 6 in Sydney, with 9 degrees in Charlottetown, 2 degrees over in St. John's, Newfoundland. Still holding on to that heat warning for parts of Nova Scotia. That will be ending a little bit later this evening, but expecting temperatures could get up to 32 degrees. Over to our forecast timeline. We do have sunshine early this morning for parts of Atlantic Canada. Also seeing some active weather in the forecast, though. Some isolated showers begin the day for parts of northern New Brunswick, parts of Prince Edward Island. For Labrador, looking at rain and or snow. And then parts of Newfoundland looking at some precipitation as well today, some shower activity. Into the afternoon, much of the same is expected. Holding on to that sunshine, a low chance of some isolated showers moves in for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. And then into this evening, that's when we're going to see precipitation develop yet again, around a 30 to 60% chance of it happening for the maritime region. That takes us into our forecast, though, for Thursday. Showers clear out, and we are going to see sunshine return yet again, but temperatures will be moderating and cooling back down. So if you're wondering about that rainfall, we're looking at light amounts indicated, only 2 to 5 millimeters for northern New Brunswick and parts of North Mountain in Nova Scotia. And then Newfoundland, Labrador, that's where we're going to see that accumulation, heaviest being 10 to 20 millimeters into Happy Valley, Goose Bay and in Port aux Basques. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will be heating up today, record-breaking for some. Daytime highs will range from 21 to 31, being the warmest into Moncton. Looking at a mix of sun and cloud, but we do have some isolated showers late this afternoon into the evening. Wind gusts picking up to 50 this afternoon. Prince Edward Island looking at highs between 23 to 29, being the warmest into Tignish. We do have a mix of sun and cloud, a chance of some showers into the evening. Wind gusts of 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, pretty much the same. Daytime highs will range from 12 to 29 degrees. A mix of sun and cloud, a chance of showers this evening as well. For the rest of Nova Scotia, we are going to see lots of sunshine throughout your day, so keep in mind sun safety and hydration when heading out. Daytime highs will range from 17 to 30 degrees, being the warmest into Kentville and Bridgewater. We are going to see some isolated showers return into the evening. And then for Labrador City, 8 degrees with rain and or snow throughout your day, with 6 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at mainly cloudy skies, showers expected into this evening. For Thursday's forecast, another beautiful sunny day ahead for much of Atlantic Canada. Temperatures will cool down, seasonal to below seasonal for our daytime highs. Still holding on to a bit of snowfall for parts of Labrador. And then into our forecast for Friday, much of the same. Sunny skies for all 3 maritime provinces. Newfoundland seeing sunshine as well as some flurry activity remains in Labrador. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. The latest inflation numbers show the cost of living continue to rise in April, though less than what economists had expected given the surge in the price of gas. Annual inflation was 2.8%, which was higher than in March. CTV's John Venevalley-Rao has more.
In Toronto, where gas prices are well over $1.90, many motorists we spoke with said they worry they'll go even higher.
Absolutely ridiculous. I wish I had more to say, but it's just honestly, it's too much. It's crazy.
In my own vehicle, I noticed that I don't drive as much.
And the latest headline inflation number, driven largely by the soaring cost of energy. Last month, up 19% compared to a year ago. Gasoline up 28% because of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz and the switch over to a more expensive summer blend of gas.
The bottom line is, we've got oil prices that are nearly double where they were at the beginning of the year.
Groceries were also more expensive, though food inflation, which was 4% in March, eased to 3.5% in April, with Statistics Canada noting the pace of price hikes eased for grocery items such as fresh vegetables, chicken, coffee, and tea. Still, many continue to struggle at the checkout counter.
I'm always scouring like the discount apps or, the discount aisle kind of thing and, trying to save $1 where I can.
Rents were also up, but at a slower pace, rising 3.6% year over year. And some items were on the decline, including travel tours. Experts think the higher fuel costs just haven't filtered into the price of many items. But some also believe higher energy costs may actually be pushing down prices elsewhere as consumers spend less.
Because of those higher fuel costs, people have less money to spend on other things. So prices are easing in other areas.
Meanwhile, economists say with inflation outside of gas and food prices relatively tame, it'll take pressure off of the Bank of Canada to raise interest rates. John Benavalley-Rouse, CTV News, Toronto.
U.S. President Donald Trump called off yesterday's planned attack on Iran, but did not rule out future strikes.
They come to the table, they're begging to make a deal, because they're begging to make a deal. I hope we don't have to do the war, but we may have to give them another big hit. We may have to give them another big hit. I'm not sure yet.
Trump says the assault was called off because of ongoing negotiations to end the war. An entire generation will not get to experience what has long been a symbol of Canada and of summer, the snowbirds. Ottawa has announced the Jets will be retired in 2027 after more than 50 years of service. CTV's Graham Richardson has more on what's next.
This is now a farewell season for the snowbirds in these iconic Jets. The Tudors are finally being retired after more than 55 years in the air. Canada's aerobatic team will stay grounded until at least the early 2030s after this season ends.
This is a significant moment, and it is an emotional one because of the extraordinary connection that this team has built with Canadians over more than 5.5 decades.
The Defence Minister announcing Canada will replace the aging jets with these, the new Siskin II prop planes. And it's not clear when Canada will take delivery of them.
It will take some time for them to roll off the production line, but we're moving as quickly as we possibly can.
The government says it remains committed to Moose Jaw, where the snowbirds are based, but it's not clear how long all of this will take.
I inherited a situation where the planes literally had come to the end of their lives. They were unique in many respects. They didn't have the parts and other things to safely fly, so the snowbirds will continue.
One of the curious parts about this decision is the old planes themselves. Several years ago, the government invested $30 million to upgrade all the cockpits, and they're not finished yet. And the old planes are about to be retired. The Snowbirds alumni called this a profoundly disappointing decision. They point out the new planes are prop-driven, not jets, and no other G7 nation flies an aerobatic team like that.
It wouldn't have been our first choice. You can't perform the same kind of show with a turboprop trainer that you can with a jet.
The mayor of Moose Jaw says there are mixed emotions for his town today.
The snowbirds are cherished to all of us. They are part of our fabric, especially for our community of Moose Jaw.
A summer of farewells for a Canadian icon of the skies. Graham Richardson, CTV News, Moose Jaw.
Thank you, Graham. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we will have your top business headlines, plus your must-see moment from TSN. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It's 6:24 on this Wednesday. Time now to check in with the friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hello, Matt Scooby inside the TSN Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. For it, we go to Switzerland. World Hockey Championship. Slovakia taking on Slovenia. The Slovaks with an odd man rush. Martin Kromiak going to be absolutely robbed by Lucas Porak. Slides across and just gets a piece with his toe. Yeah, right off the end of it. Then goes off the post. What a save it was. That is your must-see moment from Tuesday. And tonight on TSN, NBA playoffs. Game 2 between the Spurs and the Thunder. Tip-off set for 8:30 p.m. Eastern. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
Now for your business headlines from our colleagues at BNN. I love that outfit.
As expected, higher gas prices pushed inflation up in April. The rate rose to 2.8%, up from 2.4% in March. The cost of gas spiked almost 29% in April because of the disruption of the oil supply in the Middle East. It could have been worse. Ottawa suspended the fuel excise tax mid-April, which knocks 10 cents off every liter of regular gas and 4 cents off of diesel. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 72.72. West Texas Intermediate is down to 107.77. Western Canadian Select up over $3 to 83.77. And the TSX lost 92 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, a high of 31 degrees today for New Brunswick, a mix of sun and cloud with some isolated showers returning late this afternoon, cooling back down to 16 on Thursday. Lots of sunshine across the province, and then on Friday, increasing cloudiness into the afternoon, still being left with a mix of sun and cloud. For Nova Scotia, 30 degrees today, mainly sunny skies with evening showers. 15 degrees on Thursday. We're looking at a mix of sun and clouds. Sunshine remains in the forecast on Friday, cooling down further to 13. Prince Edward Island, 25 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud, a chance of showers this evening. Sunshine returns on Thursday, cooling right down, though, to 12 and 12 degrees yet again on Friday with sunny skies. Time now, 6:27. We'll be right back.
Coming up this half hour, the Move Morning Chat. Today we're talking about the embarrassing things we've never done. Maybe things most people do, but not us. That's in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you on what is a very short work and school week for so many of us. I'm loving the sounds of lawnmowers. I know we just saw a video of it, but I love the sounds and the smell of freshly cut grass.
I just was walking the other day. It was like a moment from heaven. I was walking along one of the roads in Cape Breton, and 3 deer were in a field eating.
Yeah.
And then over to the side, I could just smell the wafting of a freshly mowed lawn. It was like, wow, here we are.
I know.
Just, life is good. It's just, oh, the simple little pleasures, but just take a moment to actually enjoy those things. Today might be a day where you're kind of running for cover, it sounds like.
Yeah, you might be. It's going to be quite hot for parts of the region today, specifically into parts of the Maritime region. Record-breaking daytime highs headed our way.
Wow.
Yes, so something to keep in mind if you are heading out, enjoying and soaking up that sunshine. Keep in mind sun safety, and remember to stay hydrated and check on those who may not do so well in hot conditions. So we are going to see lots of sunshine, especially over in Prince Edward Island as well. 9 degrees to start off your day, 6 over in Sydney with 12 degrees in Halifax, 10 starting off your day in Fredericton, 1 degree in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and 2 degrees over in Gander. Taking a look at that UV index, it has now jumped up to very high for all 3 maritime provinces, dropping down for Newfoundland and Labrador due to active weather we're seeing over there. And we do still have a heat warning for parts of Nova Scotia. It will be ending this evening, but still seeing some record-breaking daytime highs, could get up to 32 degrees. Here's a look at our satellite and radar for Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing rain and or snow today. For the Maritime region, we are going to see lots of sunshine starting off the day. A low chance of some isolated showers for parts of the Maritime region early on, and then into the late afternoon as well. So here's a look at the current wind across all 3 maritime provinces. Pretty calm early this morning, quite light. We'll be picking up, though, into the afternoon with wind gusts getting up to 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. Could even see some at 50. We'll take a look at your long-range forecast just ahead. But first, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Robert K. Irving is being remembered for his passion for business, hockey, and philanthropy.
It's a great loss for the city. He was a giant, really. He was just a very generous citizen of the city of Moncton.
I know as a fact that the Irvings give a lot, but they also give a lot that we don't know about. And Robert was like that. He gave to Moncton in ways that we will never know about.
A central figure in the Irving family business, Robert K. Irving was a key player in the forestry, trucking, and agriculture sectors. He was also the owner of the Moncton Wildcats and donated millions of dollars to the Moncton Hospital, as well as universities and foundations. Irving died at home Tuesday after a battle with cancer. He was 71 years old. Funeral arrangements will be announced at a later date. The body of a man who did not return from a canoe trip in southern New Brunswick has been found. The Canadian Coast Guard says it recovered the 68-year-old man's body from the St. John River yesterday. He was first reported missing and overdue on Monday night. His vehicle was found in Longreach on the Kingston Peninsula, not far from where the man's body was recovered. Police did not share if the deceased was found in his boat or in the water, and they have not released his identity. A section of Fredericton's uptown was cordoned off Tuesday morning after police said they were investigating a weapons-related call. It happened on Prospect Street. Several schools were placed on hold and secure. It was lifted once the scene and a vehicle were secured. Police say they recovered a firearm and a deceased individual. Fans will have to pay more to watch Halifax's 2 professional soccer teams. The city is adding a $3 surcharge per ticket and a 5% surcharge to all alcoholic beverages sold at the Wanderers grounds. If a game is a sellout, that would bring in more than $22,000 for the city from ticket sales alone. Officials with both the Wanderers and the Tides say they were surprised by the city's move, saying the surcharge was not initiated by either club. CTV News did not receive a response from City Hall regarding the new surcharges by airtime. Now to a scene that quickly drew a crowd and sparked concern and questions. How could an ambulance wind up dangling precariously from the edge of a wharf? CTV's Callum Smith reports from Nova Scotia's Annapolis Royal.
It was quite the scene here at the town wharf in Annapolis Royal Sunday afternoon. An ambulance seemingly backed over the edge, getting lodged between the riverbed and the wharf.
The tide had just gone out, they're just lucky that it had, because it could have been worse. Even if it had a flip, it might have been worse. But we're thankful that nothing happened to them.
Even catching first responders off guard.
In all my years here in Annapolis, I've never seen a vehicle go off the side of the wharf, especially with the barricades that surround the outside of the wharf perimeter. Yeah, it was a shock.
But instincts kicked in and they went to work.
We made contact with the 2 individuals in the ambulance. We assessed the situation. We stabilized the vehicle. We set a ladder down to the seabed, and a couple of firemen went down the ladder to support the ambulance personnel on their trip out of the ambulance. They climbed onto the ladder, and then we brought them up safely.
Emergency Medical Care Inc., or EMCI, manages ambulance service in the province. In a statement, they tell CTV News there were no patients on board, and the paramedics that were not injured. EMCI says the paramedics were not responding to a call at the time. The union representing them says those involved were in good spirits, but the incident will take a toll.
This carries a truly emotional strain on the paramedics that were involved. It's an accident, unfortunately, and it will be investigated fully by the company and Occupational Health and Safety.
It's not clear how long the investigation or investigations will take, but those we spoke to are just thankful the paramedics are physically okay and the situation wasn't a lot worse. Callum Smith, CTV News, Annapolis Royal, Nova Scotia.
Thank you so much, Callum. Just dramatic images, but relief to hear that no one was hurt in that situation.
Absolutely. Yeah, thankfully.
Yes, thank you for that. All right, it is contest time.
I know which one.
If you know about the contest, you're ready to go. And if you don't know about the contest, well, listen up. Wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We can pay your bills with a massive $20,000. How do you win the money? Well, to enter, head to the contest page at ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code you'll see on the screen in the moment, along with today's code word. It's payday. Enter that word along with a little bit of info. You'll be entered to win the $20,000. Good luck to you. Join us again tomorrow. We'll have another code word and another chance for you to win.
We have one of our coworkers who makes the call when someone has won a prize, and they do love to eavesdrop and hear her make the call saying,
Yes.
you won.
Yes. I have occasionally had to put in a fake name to test it, because occasionally we've had a few issues with the system.
Yes.
It's Testy McTest. So if Testy McTest wins the $20,000, they'll have to put the name back in the basket.
Yeah, they absolutely will. Testy McTest.
Yeah, not real.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the middle name?
Test.
It's a test again. Okay, still ahead, we have your entertainment headlines. But up next is the Move Morning Chat, and you can text us because we would love to hear from you. Today, we want to know, what are you embarrassed to admit you've never done? Come on, you can be honest with us. We're going to open up, and we want to hear your thoughts next.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:41. We're taking a live look at a very foggy start to the day over in Burnt Coat Head. We will start to see fog dissipate and clear out, sunshine returning in your area. As of right now, it is 12 degrees in Halifax, 6 starting off your day in Sydney with 9 in Charlottetown, 10 degrees over in Fredericton, 1 degree in Labrador City, and 2 degrees starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. Holding on to that heat warning for parts of Nova Scotia will be ending later this evening. We are expecting temperatures to get up to 32 degrees inland. Over to our forecast timeline. So keep in mind sun safety when heading out, as the UV index is tracking very high for all 3 maritime provinces, as well as we are going to see that sunshine sticking around throughout the day today for much of the Maritimes. So in terms of the active weather we're seeing, a low chance of some isolated showers start off the day for parts of Prince Edward Island and northern New Brunswick. And then into this afternoon, we will be seeing a chance of shower activity expected for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. Like I mentioned, around a 30% chance of it happening. Now for Labrador, looking at rain and or snow moving in today, a bit of shower activity for parts of Newfoundland. And then into this evening, we will be seeing a chance of showers for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. Newfoundland and Labrador still seeing that active weather. And that takes us into our forecast for Thursday. We are going to see showers clear out for the maritime region, leaving sunshine yet again in our forecast. Newfoundland and Labrador still going to deal with some active weather into Thursday as well. So if you're wondering about rainfall totals, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for northern New Brunswick and into Cape Breton Island for North Mountain. Now, Newfoundland, Labrador, that's where we're seeing the accumulation pick up. We're looking at around 10 to 20 millimeters expected for Happy Valley, Goose Bay, and into St. Anthony and Port aux Basques. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will be heating up, record-breaking daytime highs, as we see here, looking around 21 to 31 degrees. A mix of sun and cloud, a low chance of some isolated showers into the late afternoon and evening. Wind picking up as well this afternoon out of the southwest, 30 gusting to 50. Prince Edward Island, highs between 23 to 29. A mix of sun and cloud, also seeing evening showers expected, wind gusts of 40. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, looking at daytime highs between 12 to 29 degrees. A mix of sun and cloud with some isolated showers this evening. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, looking at lots of sunshine throughout your day. Showers expected this evening, around a 30% chance of it happening. Daytime highs will range from 17 to 30. For Labrador City, rain and or snow moves in today with a high of 8 degrees, with 6 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Mainly cloudy skies today, with showers expected this evening as well. For our forecast on Thursday, sunshine returns yet again for the maritime region, but temperatures will be moderating and cooling back down. Looking at seasonal to below seasonal for our daytime highs. For Labrador, looking at some flurry activity remaining. Newfoundland seeing sunshine. And then into our forecast for Friday, much of the same expected. Lots of sunshine for parts of Atlantic Canada. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat. Time now for the Move Morning Chat. We are joined by Move 100's Aaron and Peter, and we're talking about something that may be a little embarrassing for you. What we're asking is, what are you embarrassed to admit you've never done? Aaron, why are we talking about this?
Okay, well, I came into work this morning, and I was all excited to tell Peter that I did something for the very first time in my life, and he was like, what is wrong with you? I mowed a lawn for the very first time in my life. I've never started a lawnmower. I chose like the worst day where all the black flies were attacking me the whole time. But oh my gosh, what a workout. I should probably be embarrassed to admit that I've never done that. But I've always lived in apartment buildings.
That's
I
fair.
grew up with brothers. That was their kind of chore that I never had to do. Anyway, I'm so proud of myself. And now I love doing it because it is the most satisfying job. Maybe I'll complain after I do it 2 or 3 more times. But for now, I'm just living in this moment of, I'm so happy I finally did this.
And I'm so happy for her because now she has work sneakers.
Yeah.
Okay? She's never had those before. All right, I had to think long and hard about this. But am I embarrassed about it? Oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to say I'm embarrassed by it. I've never had a pumpkin spice latte, okay?
Oh!
How is that possible? Nor have I ever seen an episode of Grey's Anatomy. Never have I sat down and said, ooh, Grey's is on. I'm going to watch that. Oh, there you go.
It's so good.
There you go.
Good.
Oh, sure it is. And so is a pumpkin spice latte, I'm sure. But that's her lawn mowing. This is my lawn mowing, okay? Never have I ever had a pumpkin spice latte or sat down to watch Grey's Anatomy.
There's too much to catch up on. Like, we're done with Grey's Anatomy, Peter. Like, there's no way. How many seasons is there?
I don't even know. There's a lot, man. I think I've gotten up to like 17, but the rest doesn't matter. You just have to watch up to 17, really.
All right, this fall, we'll get you a PSL, Peter. All right, Latavia, what's something for you?
Oh my God, I don't know. Okay, for me, something I'm not embarrassed about that I've never done is clean a drain out. Ugh. Yeah, I could pretty much do everything else around the house if I have to. Mind you, if Kyle's there, then I don't do it. But if I had to, I could. But that I will not do. No.
No, same here. That's my husband's job, and we both have curly hair, so...
It's really our problem, but yeah, it's their problem.
They solve it. Thank goodness. Okay, this is mine. I've never used a barbecue.
What?
I've never barbecued in my life.
Okay, princess.
It's actually queen.
It's hard.
Wait, so you've never turned on the barbecue? You've never heard that poof sound as the propane lights?
No. What if it explodes? Like, no.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm with you.
Mike always does it, and I'm happy to let him do it, and he's got the barbecue. But you want to know what the kicker is? I had a license. I used to fill propane tanks when I was in high school. At Irving, so I know how to fill a propane tank, and I used to do it. I think my license is long expired, but I still have never turned on a barbecue, cooked. I think one time Mike told me to like close the barbecue, and I was terrified of doing it. I'm being completely honest. All right, let's move on.
I'm with you. It's okay.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're asking our viewers at home, do you agree with us? What are you embarrassed to admit you've never done? It's okay. This is a safe space. 10400 is the number. We will share your answers later in the show.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:52. We're going to head over to Hollywood and take a look at your entertainment headlines.
Get ready for Olivia Rodrigo's next song. The pop star announced her new single, The Cure, coming out this Friday, saying it's her favorite song on her upcoming album. Her new album is set for release on June 12th. The Jonas Brothers are now podcasters. Their new weekly show, Hey Jonas, premieres today. It'll feature a fan hotline for listeners to dial in and ask questions.
My power is absolute.
The Boys is coming to an end today. The Amazon Prime show about superheroes behaving badly lasted 5 seasons. Erin Moriarty, who plays Starlight, spoke to ABC Audio about the finale.
I think the writers have done a brilliant job executing it, and I think it'll translate to the fans feeling really satisfied by it.
And happy birthday to Cher. The legendary singer and Academy Award-winning actress turns 80 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Rena Roy, ABC News.
Cher is turning.
I know. What an icon.
Wow.
Have you seen Moonstruck?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
it's
I
wonderful.
Have. She's so iconic in so many things.
So many things.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, that is a great news. And yeah, Cher's done so many different things in her career.
I know.
Hey, happy birthday, Cher.
Love to see it. All right, switching gears now. So a whole new era has begun for Alzheimer's patients in Canada. In the past 6 months, 2 drugs have actually been approved for use.
Yeah, and as CTV's Pauline Chan tells us, the drugs are only for patients in the earliest stages.
The news is good for patients like Greg Underhill and his wife, Jocelyn.
But we're very excited about the possibility and the potential of the new drugs that they have approved now in Canada.
Greg, age 52, is now using the most recently approved medication for Alzheimer's, donanemab.
It is the second of the class of antibodies targeting amyloid, clearing amyloid from the brain. And amyloid is the first toxic protein that accumulates in Alzheimer's disease.
And Dr. Sharon Cohen says both donanemab and lecanemab, approved last October, are only for patients in the earliest stages of the disease.
So people are still independent, living at home. They may be working, shopping, banking, traveling, but they have some problems with memory and cognition.
The drugs can only be prescribed by a neurologist or other memory specialists like geriatrician or specialist family doctor. She also points out that there can be side effects like tiny brain bleeds or swelling.
With lecanemab, there's a little less propensity to cause those side effects, but with both drugs, we monitor for those possibilities.
Like I always feel good. I'm not really sure. She tells me when I'm, repeating myself lots, but I mean, right now, I don't think I'm really repeating much.
Yeah. It's definitely gotten better since we started medication and treatment for Alzheimer's than what he was before.
While both drugs have been approved, funding arrangements are still under negotiation. Lecanemab is $47,000 a year, donanemab about $30,000. Still, for the 750,000 families dealing with Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia in Canada, just having the 2 options available is a step in the right direction. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Taking another look at our 3-day forecast, 31 degrees in New Brunswick today, lots of sunshine. We do have a low chance of some isolated showers this afternoon. Cooling right down on Thursday, though. Although sunshine remains in the forecast, the daytime high will be below seasonal at 16. And on Friday, 16 degrees yet again, increasing cloudiness into the afternoon, but still being left with a mix of sun and cloud. For Nova Scotia, 30 degrees today, lots of sunshine, a chance of showers this evening, cooling down to 15 on Thursday with a mix of sun and clouds. Sunshine remains on Friday, cooling down further below seasonal to 13. Prince Edward Island, 25 degrees today with lots of sunshine, a low chance of showers this evening. A mix of sun and cloud on Thursday with a high of 12. Sunshine yet again on Friday with a high of 12 yet again. Time now 6:56.
It's Wednesday, May 20th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, reaction to the death of Robert Irving continues to pour in this morning. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And checking in on Bruce and Suji and Helene. We'll chat with the president of the Port Morean Wildlife Association about the Eagle Nest Cam. That's coming up in this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Morning Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday, May 20th. I can't believe it's May 20th already.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Where's the month gone?
I know.
5th month of 2026 as well.
Wow.
Almost halfway through the year.
My gosh, we're nearly done. Q2, Amanda.
Almost. We had a great Q1. Let's look at the numbers for Q2.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Look at some numbers, shall we? You got quite a few interesting ones to share, Latavia.
Holy moly. It has been heating up. Today specifically, we are going to see that heat warning still remain in place for parts of Nova Scotia. Some record-breaking daytime highs. Get outside, enjoy that sunshine, but do so safely. We are going to see temperatures cool back down.
Oh.
Okay, hello.
Yeah.
Just like the tide going down.
Exactly. So in Halls Harbor, it's a bit foggy to start your day. We are starting to see that fog retreat, though, so that's great. And we are going to see that sunshine sticking around throughout the day today. So it's going to be a lovely day to head out and explore your area. 12 degrees already in Halifax, 7 right now in Sydney, with 9 in Charlottetown, as well as into Moncton, 0 over in Cartwright, and 5 degrees in Corner Brook. Here's a look at the UV index, now tracking very high across all 3 maritime provinces, taking a bit of a dip for Newfoundland and Labrador due to active weather we're seeing in both those provinces. Here's a look at that heat warning that remains for today until this evening for parts of Nova Scotia, as we see really warm temperatures headed our way for our daytime highs. Over to our satellite and radars, you can see here we do have some shower activity for parts of Newfoundland, for Labrador, looking at rain and or snow. And then for the maritime region, sunshine with a low chance of some isolated showers early this morning for parts of the maritime region, and then into late this afternoon as well. Over to the current wind, quite light across all 3 maritime provinces, will remain so at least for this morning. Will continue to pick up into the afternoon. We will be seeing wind gusts range from 30 to 50 kilometers per hour. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Reaction to the death of Robert K. Irving continues to pour in this morning. CTV's Derek Haggett looks back at his life and legacy.
Industrialist, philanthropist, hockey lover, and family man, Robert K. Irving was an icon in the city of Moncton and the province of New Brunswick. He was one of the chief executive officers at J.D. Irving and the owner of the Moncton Wildcats. A family statement says he passed away peacefully at home, surrounded by his wife of nearly 40 years and their 4 children. He has been the heart and soul of J.D. Irving Moncton, building and guiding it with passion, resilience, and purpose.
It's a great loss for the city. He was a giant, really.
Irving donated millions of dollars to the Moncton Hospital, as well as universities and foundations.
The list is quite long, actually. So he was just a very generous citizen of the city of Moncton.
Donald Savoie wrote a book about the family and praised Irving for his deep dedication to the city and province.
I know as a fact that the Irvings give a lot, but they also give a lot that we don't know about. And Robert was like that. He gave to Moncton in ways that we will never know about.
The company previously announced Irving had undergone surgery for cancer in 2025, but did not say what type he had. His brother and co-CEO had been leading operations while Irving sought treatment.
He and his brother, Jim Irving, worked like an incredible duo. They were tight, and they made the case that it's possible, very possible, to mix business and family, and they did very successfully.
Win the Memorial Cup! That's the goal, that's the objective.
Irving's big passion, outside of business and family, his beloved Wildcats.
It's a major loss in the QMJHL as well. It's very special to be a player with the Moncton Wildcats, and the players know that. Robert, exceptionally proud of the team and passionate about the game.
Funeral arrangements will be announced at a later date. Robert K. Irving was 71 years old. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
Thank you, Derek. The body of a man who did not return from a canoe trip in southern New Brunswick has been found. The Canadian Coast Guard says it recovered the 68-year-old man's body from the St. John River yesterday. He was first reported missing in Overdue on Monday night. His vehicle was found in Long Reach on the Kingston Peninsula, not far from where the man's body was recovered. Police did not share if the deceased was found in his boat or in the water, and they have not released his identity. A nationwide shortage of radiation technologists is being felt right across the region. Some women are having to wait more than a year for a mammogram.
It's not standard of care. It's unacceptable in my mind, especially someone that's presenting with a symptom.
We've learned recently that Nova Scotia Health, as an example, is short 14 of the required medical radiologists that deliver radiation care in cancer care.
The average wait time for a mammogram screening at Nova Scotia Health sites is 225 days. And at IWK sites, the average wait time is 469 days. And in Fredericton, Green Party leader David Kuhn says women are waiting an average of 165 days for a mammogram. It is an issue officials say that boils down to staffing shortages. The New Brunswick government is adding 4 new amphibious aircraft to its firefighting fleet after last year's forest fire season was one of the worst in decades.
It's another tool in the toolbox. The amphibious aircraft are really for adding as much water as you possibly can. They turn very, very quickly when you have a close water source.
We're able to refuel in essentially 30 seconds.
The 4 additions brings the province's fleet of wildfire fighting aircraft to 12. The process of getting the new Fireboss planes, which are in high demand, began about 2 years ago. The 6 full-time pilots who will fly them began their training last fall. The aircraft are part of a new contract with Forest Protection Limited, which is co-owned by the provincial government and several large forestry companies. Finally, perhaps you're traveling here for summer vacation. Canada's most iconic landmark turns 50 this year. And to celebrate, the public can get a unique view of its inner workings. It's the CN Tower, so look up, way up. It will participate in Doors Open Toronto for the first time later this month, giving visitors access to the tower's operational and architectural spaces that are usually closed off. The Royal Canadian Mint released a glow-in-the-dark toonie that features the tower in front.
What?
You're like, hold the phone.
Toonie?
I need this.
Yeah, glow-in-the-dark. Yeah, it's in front of the city skyline, and they released it earlier this month as part of the celebration. The CN Tower, 50 years old. Looking pretty good for 50. Yeah, only 50.
I don't know why. I thought it was so much older.
Gosh,
yeah,
I know some Maritimers who helped build it. Up
Really?
There, yeah. The late Jimmy McNeil, a friend, well, actually a relative of the family, was up there. There's a picture of him like hanging back on the,
Whoa.
like having his lunch up there. Oh my gosh,
cool.
yeah.
It is so cool. It is really neat to see.
It is. I bet you obviously you've been.
I think we've all.
You used to live in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, many times.
Yeah, and you have you been up?
Absolutely.
It's once grade 8 trip. I went up. It was cool.
I went for a school trip too. I remember.
Yeah, awesome.
Fun times.
So
yeah,
50
very cool.
years old, and if you're there soon, you can see some parts you never get to see.
Oh my gosh,
that is awesome.
Yeah.
That is so super interesting, and they'll glow in the dark toonie. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna charge it up in the light and then go under a blanket and look at it.
Oh,
okay, we'll get one and we'll do it on air.
Like
absolutely, yeah. Did you do that glow in the dark stuff? Charge it up before you went to bed when you were a kid, and then
sticking next to the light.
Stars.
Oh yeah. Oh,
ceiling.
We love glow in the dark. Okay, imagine all the glow in the dark items you could purchase with $20,000.
Oh yeah.
A lot. Many. Wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We could pay your bills with a massive $20,000. So how do you win this money? Simply head to the contest page at ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code on your screen in a second along with today's code word. So there you go. There's the code. There's the word, payday. Enter that today along with little info. You'll be entered to win $20,000. Good luck to you.
All right, and still ahead this half hour, we'll have a look at your national news headlines. But before that, it is going to be hot today, really hot in some areas too of Nova Scotia. Look at how calm the waters are this morning as well. It even looks hot. The forecast is up next.
Welcome back. That sun is shining early this morning. Time now is 7:12. Over in Macadam, it is 11 degrees. As of right now, temperatures will be getting quite hot today, up to 32 degrees in your area. So something to keep in mind when you are heading out. Sun safety, hydration, as the UV index is also tracking very high for all 3 maritime provinces. 11 degrees as you head outdoors in Fredericton as well as into Charlottetown, with 12 in Halifax, 7 degrees in Sydney, 3 degrees over in St. John's, Newfoundland. Still holding on to that heat warning as well for parts of Nova Scotia. That will be ending a little bit later this evening. Could still see max temperatures of up to 32 degrees inland. Over to our forecast timeline. So we do have some active weather in the forecast as well as sunshine. Isolated showers expected for parts of northern and central New Brunswick, parts of Prince Edward Island to start the day. For Labrador, looking at rain and or snow. And then for Newfoundland, we are going to see a chance of some showers as well. Into the afternoon, much of the same is expected, holding on to that sunshine. A low chance of showers continues for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. That will continue into the evening as well. Around a 30% chance of it happening, though. So So into early Thursday, showers will clear out, leaving sunshine for much of the region yet again, but temperatures will be cooling back down below seasonal for much of our daytime highs. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, looking at around 2 to 5 millimeters for northern New Brunswick and for Cape Breton Island and North Mountain. Seeing accumulation for Newfoundland and Labrador at around 10 to 20 millimeters at its heaviest for Happy Valley, Goose Bay, St. Anthony, and Port aux Basques. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, record-breaking daytime highs headed our way, ranging from 21 to 31 degrees, being the warmest into Moncton. A mix of sun and cloud, a chance of isolated showers late into the afternoon with wind gusts of 50. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 23 to 28. We do have sunshine in the forecast as well as a low chance of showers returning into the evening. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, pretty much the same. Looking at sunshine throughout your day. Isolated showers this evening. Daytime highs ranging from 12 to 29. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, highs between 17 to 29 degrees. We are going to see mainly sunny skies, evening showers expected. For Labrador City, looking at a high of 8 degrees, rain and or snow expected throughout your day with 7 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, mainly cloudy skies and a chance of showers this evening. Thursday's forecast, we're looking at below seasonal daytime highs, but sunshine returns for much of Atlantic Canada. We do have some chance of some flurry activity for parts of Labrador. Same thing pretty much for Friday to end off the work week, looking at sunny skies for all 3 maritime provinces, cooler daytime highs extending into Newfoundland as well. That sunshine sticking around. And then for Labrador, holding on to a bit of flurry activity. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda. Sorry, we're going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is your campfire conditions report, valid until 2 p.m. on May 20th, brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. In New Brunswick, the northernmost counties are currently open to campfires in Category 1 burning. Restricted hours of 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. for Northumberland County and Carleton County. The remainder of New Brunswick closed to campfires and Category 1 burning. In the province of Nova Scotia, campfires in Category 1 burning permitted between 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. And in the province of Prince Edward Island, currently campfires are permitted, with domestic brush burning restricted to the hours of 2 p.m. to 8 a.m. We do have some dry periods coming up in the forecast, so be sure to check in daily on your provincial and municipal restrictions.
Thank you, Kaylin. A new setback for
a deal that's been languishing in political uncertainty was dealt another blow today. Independent reviewers in Newfoundland and Labrador said the 2024 Memorandum of Understanding is lacking in both big picture vision and in small technical details. Reviewers said Newfoundland and Labrador may not keep enough of the new power for industrial use, that the pricing mechanism is complicated, a bit uncertain, and likely to cause friction. And there's no access for Newfoundland and Labrador to wheel power through Quebec and sell it to customers in the United States.
If those critiques sound familiar, it's because that's the same kind of thing politicians in this province have been saying about the original 1969 contract. That contract has been a thorn in the side of decision makers here for decades. It's sent billions to Quebec and Hydro-Quebec and has had very little to offer Newfoundland and Labrador.
If the price tag for tearing up one bad deal is being forced to sign a second bad deal, then we will be consigning our children and grandchildren to continue living under the shadow of the 1969 agreement.
Premier Tony Wakeham said today it's not game over for more negotiations, but he acknowledged that if Newfoundland and Labrador seeks changes in the deal, Quebec likely will as well, and there's no new timeline for an agreement.
Certainly, we're prepared to be at the table and do what it takes.
This deal would have seen almost 4,000 megawatts of capacity added to Canada's energy grid. Prime Minister Mark Carney has just unveiled a national strategy aimed at boosting domestic production.
This is principally between the two provinces, of course, and Hydro-Quebec. But there are things that we can do, we will do them.
Officials in Quebec say they remain optimistic that a win-win deal can still be found between the two provinces. Garrett Berry, CTV News, St. John's.
Thank you, Garrett. On the other side of this break, we're heading to Cape Breton to get details on the Port Morion Wildlife Camp on Bruce and Suji. That's coming up next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back at 7:22. Throughout the past month, we have been checking in on a family of bald eagles in Cape Breton. The Port Morean Wildlife Association launched the live camera on the nest of Bruce and Suji as the first of a kind here in Atlantic Canada. Joining us this morning to talk about the project is Jeff McNeil, president of the Port Morean Wildlife Association. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Crystal.
Well, it's so great to chat with you. Tell us why you started the EcoCamp project in the first place.
Well, we started it. It started with a conversation over 3 years ago when, believe it or not, the bald eagles flew there with a nest with food in it. It got tangled in the tree, and we executed a recovery of the net from the tree, so it wasn't causing an entanglement issue. And the conversation happened, and 3 years later, here we are. It's we talked about the educational aspect and how this would be great for everybody.
So it's happened. We were also excited to see the camp. We've actually had it up on all the monitors in our newsroom for our private enjoyment many times. I have a few. First of all, were you surprised by the reaction from the community? It seems overwhelmingly positive.
You know what? We weren't so much surprised by the whole community getting behind it. It's what surprised us is how it touched so many people with the positivity aspect. I guess there's a lot of people in the world that are hurting and whatnot. We had a lot of viewers there reach out with their stories, believe it or not.
Well, that must be very rewarding. Here we are, the nest now. Oh my gosh, how wonderful! There's Helene. She's growing. She seems to be thriving. It's interesting to watch her grow.
She's actually on week 4 right now, so it's they grow pretty fast once they start eating, and as everybody can see, they have quite the buffet just about on a regular basis. So.
Well, our viewers, many of our viewers are huge watchers of the nest, and also interesting to follow along on Facebook because the Wildlife Association makes some comments and educational pieces, and they're quick to correct us when we make a mistake. What I thought was a leaf last week, they said, oh no, that's an eel. So we appreciate their response. I've pulled up a couple images of some schools sharing work that they're doing. I know local schools and daycares are participating in watching the nest and doing educational projects inspired by Bruce and Suji and Helene. This must be rewarding for you.
It is actually. That is the whole purpose behind this, believe it or not. It's to get children involved with the life cycle and just learning in general about conservation. And as you see there, the stuff that the children had done, it's inspiring, it's heartfelt, and they're really grasping what this project was about.
Well, it's true, the educational aspect, planting those seeds early to appreciate nature and supporting nature. Bringing me to support, how can we and our viewers support you in continuing your work at the Port Morean Wildlife Association?
We have a GoFundMe set up, and the GoFundMe, we are hoping to hit the goal there so we could do education from pre-primary right through to grade 12, maybe some university stuff moving forward. So what we raise there is going towards that. We're looking at purchasing some hands-on items so that when we do school visits, we have some more hands-on learning and visual learning for children moving forward.
Well, Jeff, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and please, you and the others at the Wildlife Association, continue all the good work you're doing.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Jeff McNeil from the Port Morean Wildlife Association. Now we'll turn our attention over to Latavia.
Thanks, Crystal. Starting off in New Brunswick for our 3-day forecast. Warming up to 31 degrees today. We do have sunshine, a low chance of isolated showers expected this afternoon. Cooling right down on Thursday with a high of 16, and sunshine remains on Friday to end off the work week with a high yet again of 16. For Nova Scotia, 30 degrees today, mainly sunny skies with evening showers. 15 degrees on Thursday with a mix of sun and cloud, cooling down further on Friday. Sunshine remains with a high of 13. For Prince Edward Island, 25 degrees today, a chance of showers this evening, a mix of sun and cloud on Thursday with a high of 12, and sunshine on Friday.
Just ahead this half hour, declutter and donate. Lifestyle contributor Taylor Kay shares tips on cleaning out our closets and doing so in a way that can support the Declutter Diabetes Drive. All that information coming up here on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Through the show already. This day's flying by. They say time flies and you're having fun. I really enjoyed my chat with Jeff McNeil from the Port Moreland Wildlife Association. We have been watching that eagle camp. So nice that it's touching people. They're sharing how it's bringing them hope. I know in some of those darker days when spring was never come, it felt like it was never going to get here. I watched that eagle cam it just brought me some joy in the day.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
It's been quite fun to watch.
Also, thank you, Helene and Suji, for showing up perfectly during the interview.
Helene's getting so big and fluffy.
She is.
She looks so good.
When do they typically leave?
That's a great question. I don't know. That's part of the education you can learn by. The Facebook page is interesting. But there's one picture we didn't get to the interview, but she's gigantic feet. I think birds' feet must grow first, but they're huge. Anyway, glad to see she's thriving.
Oh, she's doing so good. And that is bringing joy to so many people. And you're right, we do have so many, like, literally eagle-eyed viewers who are watching, because we'll say, I think this is this, or wow, look at this. Baby was born. And they're like, yes, she was born on this date at this time.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, thank you. Like, it's been very, very helpful.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if eagles like the heat. I don't know.
I don't know. But we do.
Yeah. Many of us do.
The heat. If you're not someone who likes the heat, just make sure to stay hydrated, take breaks from the sun, keep in mind that sun safety. We are seeing the UV index right now tracking quite high throughout your day today. Here's a live look at the Armdale roundabout. Early morning commuters enjoying that sunshine. Currently 12 degrees in your area. We are going to see temperatures really warm up today. In Halifax alone, 30 degrees as your daytime high. Right now, it is 7 degrees starting off your day in Sydney, with 11 in Charlottetown and in Fredericton, 1 degree in Cartwright, and 4 degrees over in Corner Brook. Here's a look at that UV index, very high for all three maritime provinces today. Now for Newfoundland and Labrador, taking a dip because we are seeing some active weather in the forecast. Holding on to that heat warning for parts of Nova Scotia today, but will be ending later this evening. Here's a look at our satellite and radar sunshine for parts of the region. We do have some isolated showers early this morning for parts of the Maritimes as well. Newfoundland, Labrador seeing rain and or snow throughout your day today. And in terms of the wind, it's going to remain quite light this morning. Will continue to pick up, though, this afternoon. Wind gusts getting up to 50 kilometers per hour for parts of the Maritime region. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you so much, Latavia. Robert K. Irving is being remembered for his passion for business, hockey, and philanthropy.
It's a great loss for the city. He was a giant, really. He was just a very generous citizen of the city of Moncton.
I know as a fact that the Irvings give a lot, but they also give a lot that we don't know about. And Robert was like that. He gave to Moncton in ways that we will never know about.
A central figure in the Irving family business empire, Robert K. Irving was a key player in the forestry, trucking, and agriculture sectors. He was also the owner of the Moncton Wildcats and donated millions of dollars to the Moncton Hospital, as well as universities and foundations. Irving died at home Tuesday after a battle with cancer. He was 71 years old. Funeral arrangements will be announced at a later date. New Brunswick is showing off its latest tools to fight wildfires in the hopes of avoiding a long struggle like last summer. CTV's Nick Moore reports.
Holds 820 gallons of water.
New Brunswick has 4 new amphibious aircraft to help in the fight against wildfires this season, bringing the province's fleet of wildfire-fighting aircraft to 12.
It's another tool in the toolbox. The amphibious aircraft are really for adding as much water as you possibly can. They turn very, very quickly when you have a close water source.
Increasing the frequency of how many times water can be dropped on a fire.
So when they land on the water and skim on the water, that pops down, and just pure water pressure alone, because of the speed that they're traveling on the water, drives that water up through the pontoon.
We really have a lot of rapid capacity now that we didn't have in the past. We're able to refuel in essentially 30 seconds.
The timeline of getting the new Fire Boss planes, which are in high demand, began about 2 years ago. The 6 full-time pilots who will fly them began their training last fall. The planes are part of a new contract with Forest Protection Limited, which is co-owned by the provincial government and several large forestry companies. The planes will be part of the province's agreement to provide mutual aid for wildfires outside of its jurisdiction.
We would have that discussion. We would decide on whether we can allow them to go, depending on the conditions here.
New Brunswick launched its wildfire season on April 8th, earlier than usual, with the province coming off one of its driest winters in a decade. A budget of $6.7 million to improve fire preparedness and prevention includes converting 74 seasonal forest ranger positions into being year-round. Nick Moore, CTV News, Lincoln, New Brunswick.
Thank you, Nick. A new setback for a proposed hydroelectricity deal between Newfoundland and Labrador and Quebec. An independent review found the deal is not in Newfoundland's best interest.
It is a cause that is of vital importance to this province and for all Newfoundlanders and Labradorians now and long into the future. A better deal is possible. The path in front of us will not be easy, but it is clear.
Members of the review committee did not appear in St. John's to take questions on their findings, despite having previously agreed to do so. The proposed deal, signed in 2024, would have rewritten the 1969 Churchill Falls contract that sent cheap power to Quebec and was not popular in Newfoundland and Labrador. Fans will have to pay more to watch Halifax's 2 professional soccer teams. The city is adding a $3 surcharge per ticket and a 5% surcharge to all alcoholic beverages sold at the Wanderers grounds. If a game is a sellout, that would bring in more than $22,000 for the city from ticket sales alone. Officials with both the Wanderers and Tide say they were surprised by the city's move, saying the surcharge was not initiated by either club.
We work really hard to try to keep our prices as low as we can. It's difficult when they are raised on you, but it is what it is. And, you know, we'll just have to find ways to work through it and work around it for this season.
CTV News did not receive a response from City Hall regarding the new surcharges by airtime. Finally, they're adorable, and it's also good for the yard. A company in the U.S. is using sheep to clear weeds and fertilize.
Come on out, cookies and cream. You can go out, Gabbers. There you go, Gabber. All right, one at a time. There you go, Joe.
Yes, and 2 of them are named Cookies and Cream. These are baby doll Southdown sheep, a breed their owner says is friendly and easy to control. They're also great at eating weeds. Jobs last around 2 hours because after that, the sheep, they need some time to digest. They can't just keep going and going.
That's fair.
But it's a win-win for everyone.
Oh my gosh. They eat dandelions.
Yes, they eat the weeds.
Come on over.
I have to say, you know what has exploded to? The dandelion population around here. It is, they're going strong. So maybe you have to hire these sheep.
Yeah, I think
I would love to. If that was, I wonder just like how much care they take beyond
just
the grass.
Sweet. Just sit there and pet them.
Yeah, and
you could get them sheared and have all like all the sweaters you want.
Right? Ooh,
yeah.
Win-win-win.
And we bring it up too because we were talking earlier. If you're just joining us, Erin Hopkins from Move Mornings in Halifax, she was telling us how she's mowed the lawn for the first time ever.
That's wild.
Yeah, so it does bring us to the Move Morning Chat. We were asking you, what are you embarrassed to admit you've never done? 10400 is the number. Send us a text. Peter's never had a pumpkin spice latte.
Wild.
Or watched Grey's Anatomy.
Wild.
And I've never cooked on the barbecue.
That's hilarious to me. Yeah. That is hilarious to me.
Like even I have.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. I'm with you though. Like especially if the starter's not working and you have to actually light it with a match, it can be a little scary.
Yeah, I just use the barbecue.
Oh, one of those.
lighter.
Yeah,
That's
really smart. That's really smart.
I just poked my husband.
Yeah. You do.
I'm not embarrassed about this, but I've never changed a tire before. That is probably a good skill.
You have changed a tire?
Good for you.
Enough.
How did it go?
I was actually in college. In my Beetle convertible, I got a flat tire. It was like we were having some presentations that we needed to do, and a gentleman like was on his way out, but he was like, I can tell you how to do this. And then he just kind of loosened it for me, and he had to go, but I got it done. Never did it again, never would. Yeah, but I did.
Good for you. I like how he's like, here's how you do it goodbye.
Yeah.
Like into the night.
Like an angel, like an angel. All right, time to remind you about our Kent Big Bucket giveaway for May.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. Latavia wants to win this, but she can't. You can, though. If you'd like to be relaxing on a beautiful AeroHome patio furniture set, then this month's Kent Big Bucket giveaway is for you. You could win a $1,500 gift certificate to spend on any of the gorgeous pieces in store that are by AeroHome, perfect for hanging out on your back deck or backyard this summer. So to enter to win, go to ctvatlantic.ca. The winner's going to be announced Friday, May 29th. So enter today. Good luck to you. These are great prizes.
Oh my gosh. And you see them as soon as you walk into Kent. And I start dreaming. Those sets are so nice.
They're really beautiful. Anything you want. Traditional, modern, like it's all there.
And quality.
Price ranges, quality.
Totally, yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're really thinking about patios when we look at the forecast. Latavia has the latest on the very high daytime highs. Also, too, it's still the spring season, and we're still talking about spring cleaning. Diabetes Canada's clothing collection. Our partner, Taylor Kay, will tell us how we can join in and give back at the same time. That's coming up next.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:44. We're taking a live look at the Hawk. I was just asking if this was an actual place, and it is. 8 degrees starting off your day. Beautiful sunny skies early this morning. We are going to see that sunshine sticking around throughout the day today. It's going to be quite hot. Keep this in mind when you are heading out today. Make sure to practice sun safety. Keep hydration in mind because we are going to see record-breaking daytime highs headed our way. As of right now, it is 12 degrees heading outdoors in Halifax, 7 in Sydney, 11 degrees in Charlottetown and in Fredericton, 1 in Labrador City as of right now, and 3 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. Heat warning remains in effect for parts of Nova Scotia. It will be ending a little bit later this evening. We are going to see max temperatures of 32 degrees inland today, so make sure, I can't stress this enough, to take care of yourself if you are going to be outside enjoying and soaking up that sunshine. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. Isolated showers early on this morning for parts of New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and for Labrador, we are going to see rain and or snow move in today. A bit of shower activity for parts of Newfoundland, especially into this afternoon and evening. And then into the Maritime region this evening, we hold on to a 30% chance of showers. That takes us into early Thursday morning. Showers clear out. We are going to see sunshine return yet again in the forecast, but temperatures will be cooling back down. So if you're wondering about rainfall totals, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for northern New Brunswick and for parts of Cape Breton Island in North Mountain. The heaviest being 10 to 20 millimeters for Happy Valley Goose Bay, St. Anthony, and Port aux Basques. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 21 to 31 degrees. Lots of sunshine across the province today. We do have a low chance of some isolated showers into this morning and then into late this afternoon as well. Wind gusts picking up to 50 kilometers per hour. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 23 to 28. A mix of sun and cloud. We do have a low chance of showers this evening. Wind gusts of 40. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 12 to 29. And then we're going to see sunshine, but also a low chance of some shower activity into the evening. For the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same. Lots of sunshine throughout your day. A chance of showers this evening, and we are going to see daytime highs ranging from 17 to 29 degrees. Wind gusts of 40. For Labrador City today, we're looking at 8 degrees with rain and or snow. Mainly cloudy skies for St. John's, Newfoundland. A high of 7 and showers this evening. Thursday's forecast, sunshine remains for the Maritime region into Newfoundland. For Labrador, we are going to see a bit of flurry activity. Temperatures will be cooling down below seasonal for much of our daytime highs. And then into our forecast for Friday, much of the same, lots of sunshine, but we are going to see flurries remain for parts of Labrador, Crystal.
Great, thank you, Latavia. Time to remind you how you can connect with us. We are always happy to get your emails, yourmorningatlantic@ctv.ca. You can also send us videos, photos, and give us any comments, or if you have any questions, we're happy to answer. We actually do read every single message ourselves, and it's 10400 if you want to text us, if you want to participate in the Move Morning Chat. We're wondering what's something that you are embarrassed to do that everybody else seems to do all the time. Anyway, it is now 7:47. We turn our attention back over to Latavia.
With warmer weather here, it's the perfect time for a refresh. So why not declutter your space and donate your items to help make a difference? And you could do that right here in Atlantic Canada. Diabetes Canada's clothing collection is a great way to give back. Here with the details, we welcome back our partner and lifestyle contributor, Taylor Kay. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning. We're decluttering everything except your family. So you can't declutter your family. That's the only thing you can't declutter. I know. I still have to hang on to my 3 kids. It's okay.
Boo. All right. That's fine. It's fair.
Well, there's some great events happening, Latavia, and I will let you know it's with Diabetes Canada, and I will say it's their clothing collection. And the great thing is the revenue generated helps to fund crucial research, send kids to camp, and the donated items help reduce landfill. The program's been around since 1985, and when I break down the numbers, since 1985, $200 million has been invested in research and camps. 30,000 plus kids with type 1 diabetes in their families have gone to camps. 11,900,000 Canadians with diabetes or pre-diabetes get your support, and over 3 billion with a B pounds of textiles have been diverted out of landfills just by people donating. So it's really amazing. And, if you want to, here's some just tips that I do, break it down room by room. You don't have to tackle the whole house, set a timer and go, and then use the right tools. So whether it's a box or a bag, I've got my 3 girls, they're teens and tweens. We have a laundry basket outside, right out where they do their laundry. And I'm like, once it's clean, if you're not going to wear it, let's donate it. As long as it's gently used, we can, donate that.
Absolutely. And speaking of things that we can donate, what are some of the things that they are accepting?
Yeah, they're looking for textiles, shoes, small household appliances. I'm a small household appliance junkie. If you've got those little waffle makers, I get to every Mother's Day or birthday, I get some type of small appliance. So anything like that. Again, dinnerware, even that old mug. A full list can be found on declutterfordiabetes.ca. That's my youngest, Jackie. We've set a timer in her room, and she's giving away some of her clothes because she's my youngest. There's no more hand-me-downs. So she's going to hand it down to Diabetes Canada.
That's incredible. And for anyone who's watching right now who's been meaning to declutter, what's the easiest way for them to get involved this weekend?
Yeah, this weekend, so May 23rd from 9 to 2, I've got locations right across Atlantic Canada. So I'm gonna just tell you exactly where to go. So in New Brunswick, in St. John, the Diabetes Canada Clothing Collection Center, that's at 637 Rothsay Avenue. In Newfoundland, it's Mount Pearl, 860 Topsail Road. That's, again, the Diabetes Canada Clothing Collection Center. And then, of course, in Dartmouth and Nova Scotia, again at the Diabetes Canada Clothing Collection Center. That's at 644 Portland Street. Again, all those locations at declutterfordiabetes.ca. This Saturday, 9 to 2. We want to see you there. Get that stuff. You'll just drive up and everyone will remove it from your trunk and you'll feel a lot lighter.
Absolutely.
At least I do.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I'm in the process of decluttering right now, so I got to get on that.
I need a wing woman. Okay, what do you think? I'm thinking about keeping this, or am I going to donate it, Latavia? What do you think?
I think you should definitely keep that. It's giving me Emilio Pucci vibes, and I'm here for it.
Oh, I'm keeping it then. As soon as you say that.
Absolutely.
All right, this is in the keep pile over there. All right.
If you don't keep it, you can send it over to me. Don't donate it. Okay?
All right. Okay, good.
Fair. Thank you so much, Taylor.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies. Health and medical news now. A new study says 1 in 5 pregnant women in Ontario were not screened for a preventable disease that can be fatal when passed from mother to baby. It is one of the topics in your health. According to a new study, 1 in 5 pregnant women in Ontario was not properly screened for syphilis. The preventable disease can be fatal when passed from mother to baby. The data, published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal, shows that the sooner syphilis is diagnosed and treated in pregnancy, the less chance there is of adverse outcomes. The data shows more than 44,000 pregnant women were not screened for syphilis with a blood test when they should have been in the first trimester or at the initial prenatal visit. At least 131 deaths and 513 suspected cases have been reported in the ongoing Ebola outbreak in Eastern Congo. The World Health Organization's Director General says he is deeply concerned about the scale and speed of the epidemic. The United Nations Health Agency will convene its emergency committee today to advise on recommendations. Over the weekend, the WHO declared the Ebola outbreak a public health emergency of international concern. Finally, spending time on prayer, meditation, or other kinds of spirituality may help lower the risk of alcohol and drug misuse. A JAMA psychiatry study looking at over 500,000 people worldwide suggests that those who have regular spiritual or religious routines are less likely to overuse drugs or alcohol. People who reported spiritual or religious involvement, such as attending services, prayer, meditation, or seeking spiritual support, had about a 13% lower risk of misusing alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, and other drugs. Experts say spiritual and religious communities can offer a way to connect with others, a sense of purpose, and shared values that encourage healthier choices.
We have no milestones to pass along for you today, but if you'd like to see previously aired milestones or find out how to submit one, you can visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder, milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. And when Canadian rapper Drake launched his 3 new albums last week, one video featured him wearing a coat covered in logos from famous Canadian companies.
And one of those companies is capitalizing on the free publicity by giving away their product to those who showed up wearing their own coats. CTV's Rahim Labman explains.
Lined up for hours outside during a heat wave.
Came down here, I think it was 5:45.
I was here at, 4:37.
I came at 3.
More than 24 people camped out at the corner of King and Yonge Streets, all wearing faux fur coats, hoping to walk away with a comfy giveaway.
I need a new bed. I've been sleeping on my bed for like almost 15 years. I got a box spring, I got springs poking out my bed.
It's a clever marketing promotion by Sleep Country Canada, which came together in 24 hours after the release of this Drake music video. As part of the Toronto rapper's latest album release, Drake donned a fur coat with household Canadian businesses patched on. The mattress company quickly capitalized, giving away Queen Casper mattresses to the first 25 people who showed up dressing the part.
We wanted to lean into the moment. Drake obviously has such a strong resonance in Toronto and Canada from a cultural perspective.
Drake isn't part of the promotion, but in an online world where clicks generate revenue, his stunt is garnering praise on social media.
The whole internet is talking about it because the future of branding isn't in ads anymore. It's cultural association.
What's ironic is some of the people who showed up for the promotion aren't even really massive fans of Drake.
If I'm being real, I don't listen to Drake.
I'm a bigger Drake fan now, to be honest,
Because why buy a mattress anywhere else if you can get one for free? Rahim Ladani, CTV News.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax.
It's Wednesday, May 20th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, fans will have to pay more to watch Halifax's 2 professional soccer teams. Details just ahead in your top news headlines.
And getting ready to garden, I head to our partners at Ken to check out their garden center. That's all coming up this half hour on Your Morning Atlantic.
Ooh, there's nothing that says spring, summer than walking around a fresh garden center, smelling all the blooms, having the sun come in. Oh, it's so nice.
It's fantastic. It's just seeing the bags of mulch getting piled up. I'm like, yes.
It is the sign of the time.
Season. 'Tis the season. The tulips have bloomed, by the way. You were off when they really, really shone. The tulips in my garden.
They're out?
I want to tell you.
Yeah,
they're out. They're starting to fall apart a little bit now.
The cherry blossoms at downtown Dartmouth, went for a little walk there yesterday. They're starting to pop out. I'd say 3 more days.
It's going to be magical for photos. There's a number of beautiful homes there in downtown Dartmouth that have them.
There have been several tourists coming up to the street, and like I've already seen people starting to come up to the street because I'm there all the time walking the dogs.
Oh yeah.
And they're starting to come up and actually like asking, when are the blossoms going to pop? When are the blossoms going to pop? Because they're ready. People
waiting.
are eager. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And as you can see over in Grand Bay, Westfield, the sun is already shining early this morning. It was a bit foggy starting off the day. Fog is starting to dissipate. We are going to see sunshine sticking around throughout the day. It's going to be quite hot for parts of the Maritime region, so keep that in mind when heading out today. 11 degrees in Fredericton as well as into Charlottetown, 12 starting off your day in Halifax, 3 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. Here's a look at the UV index. It is tracking very high for all 3 maritime provinces today. Newfoundland, Labrador taking a bit of a dip due to active weather. Heat warning is still in place for parts of Nova Scotia. It will be ending a little bit later this evening. Over to our satellite and radar. Sunshine for the Maritime region, for parts of Newfoundland as well. But we do have active weather, as I mentioned. Labrador is seeing snow and or rain, for parts of Newfoundland showers, and a low chance of showers returning for parts of the Maritime region as well. And in terms of the wind forecast, we are going to see it quite light to start, but picking up into the afternoon, becoming a bit breezy. Wind gusts could get up to 50 kilometers per hour a little bit later on. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you so much, Latavia. Robert K. Irving is being remembered for his passion for business, hockey, and philanthropy.
It's a great loss for the city. He was a giant, really. He was just a very generous citizen of the city of Moncton.
I know as a fact that the Irvings give a lot, but they also give a lot that we don't know about. And Robert was like that. He gave to Moncton in ways that we will never know about.
A central figure in the Irving family business empire, Robert K. Irving was a key player in the forestry, trucking, and agriculture sectors. He was also the owner of the Moncton Wildcats and donated millions of dollars to the Moncton Hospital, as well as universities and foundations. Irving died at home Tuesday after a battle with cancer. He was 71 years old. Funeral arrangements will be announced at a later date. Both Prime Minister Mark Carney and the Quebec government are confident a deal can be reached with Newfoundland and Labrador on the controversial Churchill Falls hydroelectric project. This despite an independent review that says the proposed deal is not in Newfoundland's best interest.
We are here. We are sitting at the table. We are ready to negotiate. Let's build something big together. Let's get this done for all of us.
Newfoundland's premier says improvements must be made to the Memorandum of Understanding signed in 2024 that would rewrite the infamous 1969 Churchill Falls contract that sent cheap power to Quebec, a source of anger and resentment among residents of Newfoundland and Labrador for decades. Fans will have to pay more to watch Halifax's 2 professional soccer teams. The city is adding a $3 surcharge per ticket and a 5% surcharge to all alcoholic beverages sold at the Wanderers grounds. If a game is a sellout, that would bring in more than $22,000 for the city from ticket sales alone. Officials with both the Wanderers and Tide say they were surprised by the city's move, saying the surcharge was not initiated by either club.
We work really hard to try to keep our prices as low as we can. It's difficult when they are raised on you, but it is what it is. And, we'll just have to find ways to work through it and work around it for this season.
CTV News did not receive a response from City Hall regarding the new surcharges by airtime. To the air now, New Brunswick is showing off its latest tools to fight wildfires in the hope of avoiding a long struggle like last summer. CTV's Nick Moore reports.
Holds 820 gallons of water.
New Brunswick has 4 new amphibious aircraft to help in the fight against wildfires this season, bringing the province's fleet of wildfire-fighting aircraft to 12.
It's another tool in the toolbox. The amphibious aircraft are really for adding as much water as you possibly can. They turn very, very quickly when you have a close water source.
Increasing the frequency of how many times water can be dropped on a fire.
So when they land on the water and skim on the water, that pops down, and just pure water pressure alone, because of the speed that they're traveling on the water, drives that water up through the pontoon.
We really have a lot of rapid capacity now that we didn't have in the past. We're able to refuel in essentially 30 seconds.
The timeline of getting the new Fireboss planes, which are in high demand, began about 2 years ago. The 6 full-time pilots who will fly them began their training last fall. The planes are part of a new contract with Forest Protection Limited, which is co-owned by the provincial government and several large forestry companies. The planes will be part of the province's agreement to provide mutual aid for wildfires outside of its jurisdiction.
We would have that discussion. We would decide on whether we can allow them to go, depending on the conditions here.
New Brunswick launched its wildfire season on April 8th, earlier than usual, with the province coming off one of its driest winters in a decade. A budget of $6.7 million to improve fire preparedness and prevention includes converting 74 seasonal forest ranger positions into being year-round. Nick Moore, CTV News, Lincoln, New Brunswick.
Thank you so much for that report, Nick. Yeah.
Hard to believe that tiny little hole with the water will go up into the plane,
right?
But yeah, listen, it's fantastic. Fantastic how technology's come along.
Absolutely, and the pilot's been training since the fall, so
yeah,
don't just go. Definitely, hopefully not needed, but great
hopefully
to know it's
not
there.
Yeah.
All right, contest reminder now. If you haven't entered yet today, why don't you do that now? Wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We could pay your bills with a massive $20,000. So in case you need a reminder, this is how it goes. All you have to do is go to the contest page at the ctvatlantic.ca website, or scan the QR code you'll see in just a second, along with today's code word. So it's payday today. You can use that code and enter now, once per day, 1 word per day. Every day we're on the air. So we'll have another one tomorrow and Friday as well.
All right, and speaking of the forecast, we're going to be, well, we were talking about the forecast. Speaking just now, we're going to take a break. When we return, Latavia will have the latest look at the Wednesday forecast, including where are the hot spots in the region. This is a hot spot if you're traveling around the region typically. Masstown, Nova Scotia, classic stopping spot. I recommend the chowder. The forecast is next.
Happy Wednesday, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 8:10. We're taking a live look at a beautiful start to the day over in Peggy's Cove. We are going to see lots of sunshine sticking around throughout the day. Keep in mind sun safety when heading out, as the UV index is tracking very high for all 3 maritime provinces. 13 degrees right now in Halifax, as well as into Fredericton. 12 starting off your day in Charlottetown, with 5 degrees currently in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do still have that heat warning remaining for parts of Nova Scotia. It will be ending this evening, but we will be seeing max temperatures still getting up to 32 degrees inland. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. Some isolated showers start off the day for parts of New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island. Other than that, seeing lots of sunshine for the maritime region. Parts of Newfoundland seeing sunny skies as well. But we do have some shower activity starting off the day. And then for Labrador, looking at rain and or snow beginning to move in. This afternoon, pretty much the same, but late this afternoon, we do have a chance of showers that will stick around for parts of all 3 maritime provinces this evening before clearing out before Thursday morning, where we do have sunshine returning, but temperatures will be cooling back down below seasonal for much of our daytime highs. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, looking at around 2 to 5 millimeters for northern New Brunswick, North Mountain, and then looking at the heaviest 10 to 20 millimeters for Happy Valley, Goose Bay, St. Anthony, and Port aux Basques. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will be quite record-breaking for parts of the province, ranging from 21 to 30 degrees today, a mix of sun and cloud, a low chance of showers late this afternoon and evening, and wind gusts of 50. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 24 to 28, a mix of sun and cloud, isolated showers expected this evening, wind gusts of 40. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 12 to 29 degrees. Looking at sunshine throughout your day, a chance of showers moves in this evening. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same, looking at lots of sunshine today. Isolated showers into this evening with highs between 17 to 29. For Labrador City, looking at rain and or snow today with a high of 7 and 6 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Mainly cloudy skies and showers arrive this evening as well. Thursday's forecast, lots of sunshine remains for much of Atlantic Canada. Temperatures will be cooler, though, and we do have flurry activity for parts of Labrador. Into Friday's forecast, much of the same, ending off the work week with sunny skies, and we do have flurries still remaining for parts of Labrador. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. The latest inflation numbers show the cost of living continued to rise in April, though less than economists had expected, given the surge in gas prices. Annual inflation was 2.8%, which was higher than in March. CTV's Jonathan Valley-Rao breaks it down.
In Toronto, where gas prices are well over $1.90, many motorists we spoke with said they worry they'll go even higher.
Absolutely ridiculous. I wish I had more to say, but it's just honestly, it's too much. It's crazy.
In my own vehicle, I noticed that I don't drive as much.
And the latest headline inflation number, driven largely by the soaring cost of energy. Last month, up 19% compared to a year ago. Gasoline up 28% because of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz and the switch over to a more expensive summer blend of gas.
The bottom line is, we've got oil prices that are nearly double where they were at the beginning of the year.
Groceries were also more expensive, though food inflation, which was 4% in March, eased to 3.5% in April, with Statistics Canada noting the pace of price hikes eased for grocery items such as fresh vegetables, chicken, coffee, and tea. Still, many continue to struggle at the checkout counter.
I'm always scouring like the discount apps or, the discount aisle kind of thing and, trying to save $1 where I can.
Rents were also up, but at a slower pace, rising 3.6% year over year. And some items were on the decline, including travel tours. Experts think the higher fuel costs just haven't filtered into the price of many items. But some also believe higher energy costs may actually be pushing down prices elsewhere as consumers spend less.
Because of those higher fuel costs, people have less money to spend on other things. So prices are easing in other areas.
Meanwhile, economists say with inflation outside of gas and food prices relatively tame, it'll take pressure off of the Bank of Canada to raise interest rates. John Valley-Rao, CTV News, Toronto.
Prime Minister Mark Carney was on hand in Quebec to launch construction on what's being called the largest graphite mine in the G7. The federal government says the project could pump nearly $2 billion to the economy, create about 1,000 jobs, and produce more than 100,000 tons of graphite a year over the next 25 years.
That is eight times Canada's total graphite production right now. It will make us stronger. It will make our international partners more resilient. And above all that, it will build a supply chain.
Graphite is a key material used in electric vehicle batteries. The mine is one of the initiatives that's been referred to the Federal Major Projects Office. An entire generation will not get to experience what has long been a symbol of Canada and of summer, the snowbirds. Ottawa has announced the jets will be retired in 2027 after more than 50 years of service. CTV's Graham Richardson has more on what's next.
This is now a farewell season for the snowbirds in these iconic jets. The Tudors are finally being retired after more than 55 years in the air. Canada's aerobatic team will stay grounded until at least the early 2030s after this season ends.
This is a significant moment, and it is an emotional one because of the extraordinary connection that this team has built with Canadians over more than 5.5 decades.
The Defence Minister announcing Canada will replace the aging jets with these, the new Siskin 2 prop planes. And it's not clear when Canada will take delivery of them.
It will take some time for them to roll off the production line, but we're moving as quickly as we possibly can.
The government says it remains committed to Moose Jaw, where the snowbirds are based, but it's not clear how long all of this will take.
I inherited a situation where the planes literally had come to the end of their lives. They were unique in many respects. They didn't have the parts and other things to safely fly, so the snowbirds will continue.
One of the curious parts about this decision is the old planes themselves. Several years ago, the government invested $30 million to upgrade all the cockpits, and they're not finished yet. And the old planes are about to be retired.
The Snowbirds alumni called this a profoundly disappointing decision. They point out the new planes are prop-driven, not jets, and no other G7 nation
flies an aerobatic team like that.
It wouldn't have been our first choice. You can't perform the same kind of show with a turboprop trainer that you can with a jet.
The mayor of Moose Jaw says there are mixed emotions for his town today.
The snowbirds are cherished to all of us. They are part of our fabric, especially for our community of Moose Jaw.
A summer of farewells for a Canadian icon of the skies. Graham Richardson, CTV News, Moose Jaw.
Thank you, Graham. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, Crystal heads to our partners at Kent to check out the garden center. That's on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
We are at Kent in the Garden Center, which it's a wonderful time of the year. And I love this garden center in particular because it's run by Darlene.
Oh, thank you, Crystal.
I love visiting here. This is the one in Dartmouth Crossing, but every garden center is open right now.
Yes, all open, ready to go.
Oh, thank heaven, hallelujah. So what kind of things can people find in your garden centers?
You can find things from all the mulches to the soils, manures, trees, shrubs, annuals, perennials, hanging baskets, fertilizers, everything.
Everything you need.
Anything you need.
Indoor plants, but this time of year, the outdoor plants. And I love how the garden center this time of year spills outside.
I know.
Glorious. All right, specifically, there are a couple of really special plants to shine a spotlight on. These gorgeous daisies. What are these?
These are Gerber daisies. So they're actually our 50th anniversary plant, and they're bold, beautiful, bright, kind of like Kent, actually. So
I would say
very durable.
Long-lasting and durable. Okay,
yes.
You were telling me that these plants, you know, if taken care of properly, will last till the frost in the fall?
Right up until the frost.
Okay.
All you have to do is, if they die off, you go down the actual stem, snap it off, they'll keep growing back. They love sun and partial shade.
They're beautiful.
They're gorgeous,
because
aren't
I've
they?
only ever received a daisy like this in cut flowers, but I guess once they grow, you could cut them and then they'll grow back, right?
They're beautiful. They would make beautiful cut flowers.
Beautiful, all colors, and my recommendation is get into Kent quickly to grab it because these are snapping up very quickly.
All colors.
All colors, too. Okay, beautiful. Now, here's another plant that's always been a favorite of mine, but I didn't realize just how cool it is. The fuchsia. Tell us about this wonderful plant.
One of my favorite too, actually, Crystal. This is very resilient to the maritime summers. It loves the cool, the temperatures, sun, shade, both. But my favorite part, the hummingbirds love it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to hold this so you can see. Fuchsias are like, I almost feel like they're almost like little jewelry on a plant. The way that they grow these little cups with frills, and the hummingbirds just go in there and have a little snack. It is fun to watch the hummingbirds buzz around a fuchsia.
My favorite.
But the fact that they can tolerate shade and moisture and
and cool temperatures.
Like that's because the spring this summer, rather the spring we've had has been kind of exactly like that.
Definitely.
They're very popular right now. This is at the moment you're going to get more, but this is today the last one you have.
That's the last one. We're sold out today.
Hot seller. I will definitely be buying some. Okay, you can get the fuchsias in plants of every size, including hanging baskets, right?
Yes, you can get the hanging baskets, or you can get the little 3.5 pot. It's just a little guy. So.
Well, that's one of the nice things. Let's talk about hanging baskets because they're always a great way to add a little color and zip to the garden or a porch.
This one is beautiful.
That's a begonia, right?
Yes.
I love a begonia. What kind of light do they take?
They take the sun and actually shade too. Like most people say they're more sun, but I think they do both. So, but also you can bring them inside and overwinter them.
Okay, that's a great question. So when can you actually put the baskets outside?
As long as the temperature is consistently 6-7 degrees at night. So but you can bring them in and out all day long.
And that hardens them off a bit so they're more hardy. And another cool thing about hanging baskets is like right now they are lush and beautiful, but they're only going to get more so if you take care of them.
Beautiful. Yes.
How often do you have to fertilize a hanging basket?
I usually fertilize mine about once a month.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah.
Like maybe once every 3.5 weeks.
And see how I'm asking you all these questions? That's exactly the kind of thing you can do to somebody like Darlene or anybody who works in the Kent Garden Center, right? You're there to answer questions.
Yes, we're here. We're here to help you with all your gardening needs.
We love it. All right. Well, now is the time. Get in before all the good stuff is gone. But you have a fully stocked, huge selection right now. So, you know, people are good.
And I want to say that all of our growers are local.
Really? Oh, my gosh. That's even better. Well, Darlene, it's been a pleasure to spend time with you again.
Well, thank you, Crystal. You too.
We put more information about Kent on our website, but pop into any Kent near you and just go in the garden center for inspiration and a nice mood lift.
All right, taking a look at the sunny forecast today for New Brunswick, a high of 31 degrees. We do have sunshine, but also a low chance of showers returns this evening, cooling right down on Thursday to 16, and sunshine continues to end off the work week on Friday. For Nova Scotia, looking at a high of 30 degrees today, mainly sunny skies with a chance of showers this evening. A mix of sun and cloud on Thursday, cooling down to 15, cooling down further on Friday to 13. For Prince Edward Island, 25 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud, a low chance of showers this evening, cooling down to 12 on Thursday. Sunshine remains on Friday with a high of 12.
Coming up in this half hour, the power of just one. We'll speak with life coach Michelle Wilson about her new book. That conversation and more coming up in the last 30 minutes of the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:29. Temperatures slowly rising this morning. Already looking hot outside. Although feeling a bit cool starting off the day.
Oh my gosh. Sheesh.
I feel like the true test of, okay, is it warm out, is when we look at our live eye from Edmundston and we're not seeing snow anymore, right? Because if it's going to be cold, like if you want a winter wonderland, you go up to northern New Brunswick. Like that's where the snow sticks.
Or Labrador.
Oh,
or Labrador.
There is actually even snow in the forecast there, but
rain and or snow today.
Wow, but not in most of the maritime region, where in Nova Scotia, PEI, and New Brunswick, because it is hot. Like maybe, I don't know, is it going to feel too hot? Time will tell. I haven't been outside yet.
Well, we do have some record-breaking daytime highs headed our way in the 30s today. UV index quite high, as you can see here. Lots of sunshine just for Amanda over in Edmundston.
See, Edmundston, the snow is gone.
It looks hot, yeah.
It's greening up over there. And we are going to see that sunshine sticking around throughout the day today. Just something to keep in mind, sun safety, hydration, if you are going to be outside soaking up that sunshine. 13 degrees right now in Fredericton, 12 starting off your day in Charlottetown with 8 in Sydney, 13 in Halifax, 2 degrees over in Cartwright, and 3 in St. Anthony. Here's a look at that UV index tracking very high now for all 3 maritime provinces, taking a dip for both Newfoundland and Labrador due to active weather. That heat warning for parts of Nova Scotia remains until this evening. Could see max temperatures getting up to 32 degrees inland. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. Excuse me. As you can see here, we do have some active weather. As I mentioned, a low chance of isolated showers early this morning for parts of the maritime region. Shower activity will move into parts of Newfoundland this afternoon, and rain and or snow tracking across Labrador. In terms of the wind, slowly beginning to pick up. As of right now, 19 kilometers per hour in Charlottetown, 15 in Halifax, as well as into St. John, New Brunswick. No wind gusts reported at this time. We'll take one last look at your forecast just ahead. First, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
Robert K. Irving is being remembered this morning for his passion for business, hockey, and philanthropy.
It's a great loss for the city. He was a giant, really. He was just a very generous citizen of the city of Moncton.
I know as a fact that the Irvings give a lot, but they also give a lot that we don't know about. And Robert was like that. He gave to Moncton in ways that we'll never know about.
A central figure in the Irving family business empire, Robert K. Irving was a key player in the forestry, trucking, and agriculture sectors. He was also the owner of the Moncton Wildcats and donated millions of dollars to the Moncton Hospital, as well as universities and foundations. Irving died at home Tuesday after a battle with cancer. He was 71 years old. Funeral arrangements will be announced at a later date. A nationwide shortage of radiation technologists is being felt right across the region. Some women are having to wait more than a year for a mammogram.
It's not standard of care. It's unacceptable in my mind, especially someone that's presenting with a symptom.
We've learned recently that Nova Scotia Health, as an example, is short 14 of the required medical radiologists that deliver radiation care in cancer care.
The average wait time for a mammogram screening at a Nova Scotia Health site is 225 days. And at IWK sites, the average wait time is 469 days. And in Fredericton, Green Party leader David Kuhn says women are waiting an average of 165 days for a mammogram. Officials say it's an issue that boils down to staffing shortages. Well, could a new shelter be the answer Bridgewater has been looking for? An earlier drop-in center was criticized by police, the town, and shop owners who claimed it was to blame for crime downtown. And as CTV's Emma Convey reports, the new facility's location could help.
This is 48 Elm Street, a new 24-hour, 7 days a week shelter.
You arrive at the shelter and you're connected with a caseworker. Hopefully you're working along your case plan, and maybe you're moving into transitional housing where you're reacquiring some of your housing skills.
The South Shore Open Doors Association has been operating as a night shelter since 2021. Now with $2.2 million from the provincial government, they're expanding to a new location.
We'll be able to separate men and women and gender diverse folks for safety. We have a ton of more security in this building, cameras, swipe entry and exit. A lot of daily programming that will be taking place.
By early June, there will be 23 emergency shelter beds and 7 transitional housing units. To use the space, you must be 19 years old or older and homeless.
We have what we call a behavior-based model. So people can arrive as they are in various states, whatever crisis they might be going through. As long as they can successfully complete the paperwork and follow the rules, then they can stay.
This comes after the closure of Cedar Place's drop-in facility in late March, which resulted in a significant drop in police calls and lockups.
We're hopeful that just being there will not have as much hang around or, people lingering onto the street or causing issues.
This new shelter is away from Bridgewater's downtown core in a residential area. Police rarely get calls to this part of town.
I understand that the community is nervous with the experience that we just had, and it does make sense.
McPhee says supports and services for housing and mental health and addiction are needed.
This location's a lot quieter. It's not in the center of our business district. There are obviously some residences around there. I've been told that the provincial government has reached out to some of the neighborhoods to have some open houses to kind of work through any of the concerns they had.
Emma Convey, CTV News.
CTV's Emma Convey reporting there. Finally, King Charles made an unexpected visit to Northern Ireland, where it appears he's found his rhythm as a monarch. You can see him there on the right here, Charles and Camilla playing the drums in the Titanic Quarter of Belfast. This comes before the city hosts the world's largest Irish music and dance festival, which will be happening in August.
That's fun. That's super fun. I love that they actually play the instruments.
I know, they got right into it too. I wonder if any Maritimers are going to that competition.
Possibly.
Very likely.
With all the Highland dancers we have around here in our Irish connection.
So talented.
Look at them go.
Thank you for that. That's uplifting.
You're welcome.
All right, well, best of luck to the latest call-up in Major League Baseball. Okay. I think you're going to like this one. It's Natty, the newest member of the Washington Nationals. The 8-week-old golden retriever and lab mix is the Nats' newest official puppy. Natty will be with the team for 18 months, and he'll spend that time training not to field and fly balls. He's training to become a service dog.
Oh.
Welcome to the big leagues, Natty.
So adorable.
Oh, my gosh, what a cutie.
He's in his I'm tired phase.
Yes. Oh, yeah. He's like, I'm growing, and I'm so cute. Oh, my gosh. You kind of, it makes you forget that at that stage, they're so, like, Yippee.
Oh, yeah. They have the sharpest little teeth.
Sharpest teeth. They're still learning the ropes. And
I used to love when their teeth would fall out and you find little baby.
I've never had a puppy, so I wouldn't know.
I've collected a couple of them. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're smiling and they're like missing teeth.
Well, sadly, that's not happening in our region.
No, unfortunately not. But we will tell you what is with our community calendar. Celebrate 30 years of quilting excellence at the Elm City Quilters Guild in Fredericton. This is an anniversary quilt show. There will be hundreds of quilts and quilt items on display from May 22nd until the 23rd. You can explore demos, shop, and there will be draws and also refreshments. To learn more, head over to the website on your screen. And the Neon Dreamscape Fay Ball. This is for Amanda. Heads to the Arts Guild in Charlottetown. Come out and enjoy a fantasy-themed, totally immersive night of dancing, feeling beautiful, and being part of the community. The event takes place Friday, May 22nd at 8 p.m. For more information, head over to their website.
I did read ACOTAR last year, and I'm in.
Where are your little elf ears?
That would be amazing.
I don't have elf ears.
Sure.
People are going to think I have elf ears.
Well, I've been ordering some off Amazon right now.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
And very exciting, the East Coast Music Awards has taken over in Sydney. From now until May 24th, you can come out and celebrate Atlantic Canadian talent. There will be award shows, intimate artist showcases, songwriter circles, and so much more. Head over to their website for a full list of events. And if you do have an upcoming event, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca.
Wow, what a good reminder. The ECMAs are tomorrow.
Right?
That's going to be a party at Center 200.
Yes.
Wow. Great excuse to go to Sydney.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And speaking of, our next guest is from Sydney.
She's from Sydney.
Yeah.
Hopefully she'll be able to get back and enjoy some of the East Coast Music Awards.
So much to celebrate. Yeah, still ahead. We're going to speak with life coach Michelle Wilson about her new book, The Power of Just One. We'll get the details on that right after Latavia's hot forecast. That's coming up next.
Happy Wednesday and welcome back. The time now is 8:42, taking a live look at a beautiful sunny start to the day over in Liverpool. 9 degrees as of right now. Currently under a heat warning in your area, so keep that in mind when you are heading out. Your daytime high is 32 today. So we are starting to see temperatures rise. As of right now, it is 13 degrees heading outdoors in Fredericton and in Halifax, 8 degrees currently in Sydney, 12 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown, and 5 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Nova Scotia, parts of Nova Scotia at least, has a heat warning in effect. It will be ending a little bit later this evening, but still seeing a max temperatures getting up to 32 degrees inland. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. So sunshine starting off the day for parts of Atlantic Canada. Keep sun safety in mind as the UV index will be tracking very high for all 3 maritime provinces. Make sure to stay hydrated as we are going to see the humidex factor in as well today. We do have a low chance of some showers for central and northern region of New Brunswick, parts of Prince Edward Island. It's only a 30% chance of it happening, and we are expecting a chance of showers for parts of all 3 maritime provinces into this afternoon. For Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing active weather as well. For Labrador, we do have rain and or snow moving in. And for Newfoundland, into this evening, we'll start to see some showers move in as well. For early Thursday morning, showers clear out, leaving sunshine yet again in the forecast for the maritime region, but temperatures will be cooling back down below seasonal for much of our daytime highs. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of northern New Brunswick into parts of Cape Breton Island in North Mountain, and the heaviest being 10 to 20 millimeters for Happy Valley Goose Bay, St. Anthony, and Port aux Basques. So record-breaking daytime highs today for parts of New Brunswick, ranging from 21 to 30 degrees. We're seeing lots of sunshine across the province. A low chance of showers returns late this afternoon, and wind gusts will be picking up to 50 kilometers per hour. For Prince Edward Island, pretty much the same. Daytime highs will range from 24 to 28. Lots of sunshine. A low chance of showers returns into the evening. And for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 12 to 29 degrees, being the warmest into New Glasgow as well as Antigonish. A mix of sun and cloud, isolated showers this evening. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from 17 to 29 degrees, mainly sunny skies, a chance of showers later on this evening as well. Labrador City looking at a high of 7. We do have rain and or snow moving in today. 6 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, mainly cloudy skies, and a chance of showers moves in this evening. Thursday's forecast, a cooler day ahead, although sunshine remains in the forecast for much of Atlantic Canada. For parts of Labrador, holding on to some snowfall. That becomes a bit of flurry activity into Friday's forecast, although very sunny yet again. Temperatures yet again, Crystal, cooling down further.
Yeah, it is now 8:45. Now, many of us have big dreams and goals, but few of us take action for all kinds of reasons. For most people, the thought of change is scary and even overwhelming. But our next guest has found a way to fight through the fear, and she's sharing her method in her book called The Power of Just One. Michelle Wilson is an author, speaker, and life coach who's worn many hats in her lifetime. Michelle's operation is based in Cape Breton, but we are thrilled to have her join us live in studio this morning. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
Great to see you again.
So great to see you.
Full disclosure, Michelle and I go way back a bit and from a different life, and it's just so great to see you thriving. Thanks for making the effort to come all the way from Sydney to here.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. Let's talk about your book. We have some images from the book launch. Why did you write The Power of Just One?
It was an accumulation of my whole life. I remember when I was young, so my dad actually passed away when I was 15, and then like many losses after that, and different challenges along the way. And one January, I was working with my life coach, and we were talking about what goal I was going to set for myself for the year. And I had stopped and started a few times, and I talk about this in the book. And I was that was it. That year I decided I'm writing a book so I could share my experiences with other people to help others go through.
For sure, and the book is written in such a way, here are some images of the book launch, but you've written the book in such a way that it's actually a practical guide where you actually have steps people can take. Well, that's the whole thing, is taking the first step. What does that mean, the power of just one?
So when people are getting started on any kind of journey, and just as we were chatting briefly before we started, it's like we have these ideas, but we talk ourselves out of them because they might seem just too big or overwhelming, or whatever that reason might be. So the whole philosophy behind the book is, okay, what's just one little thing? So when I was reaching out to you, the one little thing is, okay, how do I reach Crystal?
Yeah.
And so I just send a little message saying, hey, what's going on? So it's just taking those tiny little steps that aren't scary. Finding an email address is not scary.
No, it's not scary.
So it's just, taking those tiny little steps one at a time.
For sure, and then you actually sending the emails. Maybe a little bit scary, but then it leads you to the next step, and then now you're on TV, which maybe that could be a little bit scary.
Yeah, then there's no turning back.
There's no turning back. Now, we did meet when you were the executive director of the Business Improvement District of Sydney a few years back, and I mentioned that because you have reinvented yourself many times, and I've admired how you're able to do so with success. You owned a very successful bridal business before you did that, and we have images showing you working in a radio station and running for office. So talk about reinvention. How do you know inside your gut when it's time to make a big change in your life?
It's funny, when you originally sent me the message that was your impression and how people see me, it was actually surprising because I never really looked at it as reinventing myself. And kind of going back to the philosophy of the book, just taking that one little thing, that one little action leads to another, which leads to another. And before you know it, you're working in radio or running a business because you saw a gap in the market, or you're running for office because you want to make a difference in your community because what you've learned at something else. So it's almost like my evolution. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's interesting that you see it as a reinvention. And I guess it was. I guess I did reinvent myself a number of times, but...
Well, we've only got about 30 seconds left, Michelle, so I'm going to leave the last word to you. Why do you want people to buy this book?
So I want people to go after their dreams and start small and do something today that maybe you're a little scared of.
I think that's the thing. And in your book, you mentioned a note that there's a ripple effect that happens when you do take that first scary step. But the ripple can only start rippling out once you take action.
And that's
take the
confidence.
Action. Yeah.
gets built along the way also.
After the first step, for sure. Michelle, thank you so much for coming in today, and best of luck with everything in the future.
Thank you so much.
All right, we put more information about Michelle's book on our website. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back to wrap up the show right after this.
Hey, welcome back. We like to share the answers to the Move morning chat at this point. So we were asking, what is something you're like a little embarrassed that you don't know how to do? And here's what you had to say. Thank you for opening up. Janet from Inverness says, I'm with Amanda. I have never lit or used a barbecue either. No shame.
You know what? No shame in that.
Thank you.
Good morning, Janet, in beautiful Inverness. I love Inverness.
Oh my gosh, it is such a gem. Cap Trail Relay going to be happening there this weekend too, so it's going to be really busy on the western side of Cape Breton. Up next, we have Shirley, also in Inverness. I'm 47 years old, and I'm embarrassed to say I've never cleaned an oven.
You're not missing anything, Shirley.
That's a rough one.
Not fun.
No.
It's a lot of work. Oh boy. But you're pretty proud afterwards. LJ, I have never learned to back up a vehicle using mirrors. I have to turn my head. I don't think that's not too bad.
Yes.
So many vehicles now have so many sensors and cameras that I've totally, when I learned to drive back when I was 16, like I've totally forgotten how to do the old school way.
I don't use the cameras. I only use the mirrors, but I use a combination of mirrors and turning my head.
Yeah, I don't like to use the camera. I don't trust it.
I'm terrible, though, at backing in. I know that's something a lot of people love to do.
I love it,
Back right. I'm always admire people who can back right in, because I always like pick a parking spot, like I call it Outer Mongolia, like just way the heck out in the parking. My justification is I'll get some great exercise walking to the store.
Yes, you will.
But like really, it's just because I want an easy parking spot.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If I could drive through, you know, when they like, I'm that person that drives the
drive-through.
Just get out quickly.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's a good idea. Nothing bursts your bubble more than thinking you got a great spot and you get closer and you realize it's like a really compact car. You're like, no, it's taken. Yeah. Crystal, what was something for you? We were trying to think about that.
The changing of the tire.
Changing of the tire.
Because I'm a different person than I was growing up, like growing up on the farm and all that, like we had to do so much
stuff.
Rubby stuff. Like there's really very little that I haven't done or can't do. Like I'm not scared.
Yeah. Awesome.
Like if you need if you need like a snake removed from your home, like I won't be scared to like trap it and take it out safely and humanely. Like
you'll take it.
I could totally do it, you know?
That's awesome.
That is pretty good.
Yeah. It's weird, the things I can do. But I like, I credit my grandmother. She was very, very resourceful.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But anyway.
That is good to know.
I do like to give some of the grubbier tasks to my husband.
They like to help.
As do I.
Oh my gosh. All right, a Canadian livestock auctioneer is looking to be the best in the world. Listen to him.
20. I had 520 now. $30 with a rate of 540, 40, $50 with a rate of 550, 60.
I've never done that. Wouldn't you love to be able to speak like an auctioneer? That's David Jacob. He recently won top honors at the Canadian Livestock Auctioneering Championships. He's going to be competing in the World Championships coming up at the Calgary Stampede. If you're curious of what judges look for in a competition, this is what they look for. They look for control of the voice, control of your breathing, and product knowledge.
Oh, okay.
It makes sense.
Who can go faster than that?
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Look, that would be a whole skill set.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I want to hear him sing the Grundy County Auction.
Yeah.
He'd probably do a great job singing that song.
It did sound like a song.
You could do it. Okay, so tomorrow coming up on the show, we're going to be visiting Circle K because it's Fuel Day tomorrow.
Wow, yes.
Huge.
Plus, Fredericton's Botanic Garden is having their annual spring plant sale. It's a big deal, so they're going to be talking about all the work that they do.
And Halifax Gals and Pals will be returning as well, sharing some new events taking place.
Yay! All right, come join us tomorrow for the Thursday edition of the show already. We're going to look at Eagle Camp to leave. Gosh,
bye.
There's the lead. Look at how big her feet are. She's a big, beautiful girl.
That's at least a size 8.